Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have the Midas touch, turning everything they do into wealth and success, while others remain stuck in mediocrity? What if I told you there's a secret that all millionaires know, but most people ignore? In today's video, we're diving deep into the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, a work that deciphers the principles that separate those who achieve financial freedom from those who merely dream about it. And there's a key insight at the end that could unlock your unlimited potential. So stick around until the end because this video could literally change your life. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years interviewing the most successful men of the early 20th century, including Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, and John D. Rockefeller. His goal was simple but ambitious: to discover what these individuals had in common and translate it into a method that anyone could follow. The result? Think and Grow Rich, a book that doesn't just teach about money but about how to reprogram your mind for success. And if you think this is just theory, it's worth noting that this book has inspired countless entrepreneurs and millionaires over the years. Now, let's explore the most valuable lessons it teaches us. The core insight of Think and Grow Rich is that wealth begins in the mind. Before any financial strategy, before any business plan, there's one defining factor: the way you think. Money is simply a reflection of your mindset and your ability to act on your ideas. Hill teaches us that success doesn't happen by chance. It is built intentionally. Consistent thoughts and directed actions create a domino effect that leads to financial and personal achievement. Now, let's dive into the 10 key lessons from the book and discover how to apply them in your life. Lesson 1. The power of a burning desire. Everything starts with a burning desire. Napoleon Hill isn't talking about a simple, "it would be nice to be rich" kind of thought. He refers to a desire so strong that it becomes an unwavering obsession. Thomas Edison, for example, failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. For most people, giving up would have been natural, but Edison had an intense desire for success and was willing to endure failure to achieve his goal. Hill emphasizes that this desire must be specific and clear. It's not enough to say, "I want to be rich." You must define exactly how much you want to earn, how you'll achieve it, and within what time frame. The desire for wealth must be accompanied by a commitment to action. Small daily steps create significant changes over time. If your desire is to build a successful business, what can you do today to move closer to that goal? Read a book on entrepreneurship? Study the market? Create a minimum viable product? The more specific your desire and the clearer your actions, the greater your chances of success. A classic example from Hill's book is the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with no money, no connections, but an unstoppable desire to work with Thomas Edison. He didn't just wish for it, he took action. He hopped on a freight train and went to Edison's office without even being invited. Edison gave him a modest job, but Barnes never lost sight of his goal. Years later, he became Edison's business partner. The lesson here is clear: a burning desire, combined with consistent action, creates opportunities once thought impossible. Lesson 2. Faith and the power of positive mental programming. The faith that Napoleon Hill refers to isn't just religious. It's the unwavering belief that something can be achieved. Many people fail before they even try because they doubt their own abilities. Hill teaches that the subconscious mind accepts as truth any thought that is repeated with emotion and conviction. That's why faith can be cultivated through the repetition of positive thoughts and daily affirmations. If you see yourself as financially successful, your actions will begin to reflect that belief. One of the most striking examples from Hill's book is Henry Ford. When Ford decided to create the V8 engine, his engineers told him it was impossible. Ford insisted, "Do it." Months later, with no success, the engineers returned, saying it couldn't be done. Ford repeated, "Do it." He had absolute faith that it was possible, and eventually, his vision became reality. This is the power of an unshakable mindset. Now, think about your own goal. Do you truly believe you can achieve it? Or is your mind filled with doubts and self-sabotage? Faith isn't something that appears out of nowhere. It needs to be cultivated, nourished, and reinforced daily through positive affirmations and the elimination of negative thoughts. Hill teaches that by feeding your mind with empowering beliefs, you train your brain to find solutions instead of excuses. Lesson 3. The power of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is one of the most powerful tools for shaping your mindset and, consequently, your results. Hill explains that everything you repeatedly tell yourself becomes a belief. What do you say to yourself daily? If your mind is constantly filled with phrases like, "I'm not good enough," or "this will never work," that's exactly what your reality will reflect. Now, imagine replacing those thoughts with affirmations like, "I am getting closer to my goal every day," or "I have all the skills necessary to succeed." This is the power of autosuggestion. A great example of the impact of autosuggestion comes from legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. He constantly said phrases like, "I am the greatest," even before he was recognized as such. This wasn't just arrogance, it was an intentional method to reprogram his mind and reinforce his self-confidence. As a result, he truly became the greatest of his time. When you tell yourself, "I am a disciplined person," and act accordingly, your identity transforms, and with it, your habits. If you want to achieve something, create a powerful affirmation and repeat it daily. But remember, words without action mean nothing. Autosuggestion only works when accompanied by behaviors that reinforce the belief. Lesson 4. Specialized knowledge. Is knowledge power? Hill argues that it's not. Applied knowledge is power. Many people believe that studying and earning degrees automatically leads to success, but Hill emphasizes that only specialized knowledge, used strategically, can create wealth. The example of Henry Ford reinforces this. He didn't have an advanced formal education, but he knew how to surround himself with the right people who had the technical knowledge needed to build his company. Many people consume countless books and courses but never put anything into practice. The secret to success is choosing one area, mastering it, and turning that knowledge into daily actions. So, ask yourself, what knowledge can you develop today that genuinely brings you closer to wealth? Are you applying what you learn, or are you just accumulating information without taking action? Lesson 5. Imagination, the birthplace of wealth. Hill emphasizes that all fortunes begin with an idea. Imagination allows us to visualize creative solutions to problems and turn those ideas into concrete plans. He divides imagination into two forms: synthetic, which improves and combines existing ideas, and creative, which generates entirely new innovations. A practical example is Walt Disney. He envisioned his empire long before it existed and used his imagination to create stories and experiences that no one else saw value in. Small daily moments of reflection and brainstorming might be enough to generate million-dollar ideas. How about setting aside 10 minutes a day to jot down new ideas? Your future could be hidden in a simple insight you haven't yet explored. Lesson 6. Planning and massive action. Having brilliant ideas is great, but without a plan and consistent action, nothing happens. Hill emphasizes that many people fail because they cannot translate their dreams into concrete steps. He suggests creating detailed plans with specific deadlines and small, actionable steps. Elon Musk is a modern example of this principle. He didn't just dream of SpaceX or Tesla. He established a clear plan and took massive action to make these ideas a reality. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He started with what he had and adjusted along the way. If you have a dream, what is the first step you can take today? It doesn't need to be perfect. Just take action. Success is built through continuous movement, not waiting for the perfect moment. Lesson 7. The power of quick decision-making. Indecision is one of the biggest obstacles to success. Napoleon Hill observed that the most successful people in the world make decisions quickly and rarely change them, while those who fail tend to hesitate and frequently change their minds. Clarity and firmness of purpose create a defined path to success. Hill emphasizes that decision-making must be aligned with a clear goal and a strong desire. A practical example is Andrew Carnegie, who made bold and rapid decisions throughout his life without being paralyzed by doubt. He understood that hesitation often means missing valuable opportunities. If you struggle with decision-making, try setting short deadlines for your choices and act immediately. The more you practice making quick and informed decisions, the more natural it becomes. Lesson 8. Persistence, the differentiator of winners. Persistence is the quality that separates winners from losers. Napoleon Hill states that most people give up at the first sign of difficulty, while successful individuals keep going despite the challenges. He shares the famous story of a gold miner who stopped digging just a few feet away from a massive gold vein, only for someone else to come and discover it shortly after. This lesson is reflected in Walt Disney's story. He was rejected more than 300 times before securing financing for his first theme park. If he had given up, Disney would never have become the empire it is today. If you are trying to build a business, write a book, or learn a new skill, remember, the only way to truly fail is to quit. Keep refining your approach, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward. Lesson 9. The Mastermind, the Power of Connections. Hill highlights that no one achieves success alone. He introduces the concept of the mastermind, a group of people with similar goals who come together to share ideas, support, and knowledge. He observed that history's greatest magnates, like Henry Ford and Thomas Edison, surrounded themselves with other visionaries to drive their businesses and personal growth. A modern example of this principle is Silicon Valley, where entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg share knowledge and opportunities. If you want to grow, you need to be surrounded by people who challenge and push you to be better. How about creating your own mastermind? Join entrepreneur groups, participate in learning communities, or simply build a network of contacts that elevate your success. Lesson 10. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Our subconscious mind is constantly working behind the scenes, shaping our behaviors and decisions. Hill teaches that we can program our minds for success by feeding them with positive thoughts and clear goals. This means eliminating negativity and replacing limiting beliefs with affirmations of growth and possibility. Hill shares the story of a man who desperately wanted a specific job. Every night, he visualized himself working in that position, imagining himself successfully performing his tasks. Not long after, a vacancy opened in the company, and he was hired for the exact job he had envisioned. This illustrates the power of focused thinking. When we repeat a behavior, it becomes automatic and strengthens our identity. If you want to achieve a goal, visualize it every day, build habits that reinforce that belief, and act consistently to make it a reality. Final thoughts. Success is not just about having great ideas, it's about having the discipline to execute them. Napoleon Hill teaches us that wealth starts in the mind and is cultivated through desire, faith, persistence, and a clear plan of action. The principles in Think and Grow Rich have been tested by some of the greatest minds in history, proving that anyone willing to follow them with dedication can change their financial and personal future. So, what about you? Which of these lessons resonated with you the most? And more importantly, how will you apply them in your life? Knowledge alone is not enough. You need to take action. If this summary helped you, leave a comment and let me know which book you'd like to see next. And if you want to go even deeper, you can buy Think and Grow Rich in physical or digital format using my affiliate link in the description and pinned comment. It helps support the channel and brings you more valuable content. See you in the next video.